Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I'm Jacqueline Whitmore, and welcome back to my LinkedIn Live show. And this year's theme is Living an Elegant Life. And part of living an elegant life is good health, and good health leads to wealth. And we're all about healthy and wealthy lifestyles on this program. And my first guest of 2022 is here to talk about how we can become healthier in midlife. And the reason I chose this topic is because I'm in my 50s. Most of my friends are in their 50s. And I don't know about you, but I gained some weight during the pandemic. And I am fiercely trying to shed that weight. And the person that I'm going to bring on today, her name is Sine Wallace. She is going to help us understand how the body works when we enter midlife. She's going to also talk about the importance of keeping our stress levels low. She's going to be talking about what causes that extra belly fat in midlife, and most importantly, how we can shed it and do it safely. And we're not talking about fad diets here. We're not talking about anything like maybe you're reading in the magazines. We're talking about lifestyle changes, things that you and I can do every single day. It doesn't take a lot of money. All it takes is commitment. So, my guest is Sine Wallace. She is the owner and founder of Wallace Fitness here in my hometown of Mount Dora, Florida. She is an entrepreneur. She is obviously a fitness expert, and she and her husband founded this wonderful corporation many, many years ago. And full disclosure, I am a member of her gym. I actually go twice a week to get trained by her fabulous trainers. And I just can't wait for you to meet her. And if she looks familiar, it's because she was on my show 2 years ago when the pandemic hit. So I am excited to bring her back. So without further ado, hi, Sine.
Hello, hello. What a lovely introduction. Thank you, Jacqueline.
You're welcome. Well,
Everyone.
we can't start the new year without talking about this subject.
It is. That is absolutely. And every year it comes and then people make decisions, but then they make wrong choices. And then it just goes down. And then until the next year and the next year and next year. And as we age, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Then you added a pandemic on top of that, and
Oh,
it
yes,
makes it even worse.
absolutely. Absolutely. That's
You know,
very, very
I
true.
was before you and I got on this call, we were talking a little bit about the failure rate of diets.
Yes.
I'd love for you to share
Mm.
with our viewers what you shared with me.
Yes, actually, this is very interesting, and I bet you guys never heard about this one, but I'm gonna let you guys guess for 10 seconds. So, what the percentage of diets that people start fails? Obviously, I won't hear your answers, but but I want
So, what percentage of people fail who start diets in the new
yes,
year? Is that what you're asking? Oh my
yes.
gosh, it's got to be quite high. I would say about what, 75%?
You're actually very close. I would have guessed about like 50, but the actual number is 95. So
Well, that's
95, like
amazing.
almost like almost like 1 out of 10 people is going to succeed only, even it's more than that rate. And then let's say this one. So 95% of the diets people start fails. And then the remaining 5%, you know what happens to the remaining 5%?
What's that?
The 5% that it succeeds, like if they started the diet, succeeds for two
Okay.
weeks. And then after 2 weeks, and 25% of those people fail too.
Oh, wow. So is this just should we just throw our hands up in the air and say, enough with diets? Let's just
Yes.
change our lifestyle.
Yes, and that's something that, as you know, and you have seen, experienced personally, and in the community. So, at Wallace Fitness, our methodology is different. Our view of health is different. Our view of fitness is different. So, you're absolutely right. So, we do not believe in diets. We believe in lifestyle changes at the person's pace. Like you may come in and then you may lose 10 pounds in 3 months, but you may also come in and then lose 10 pounds in 1 year based on your pace, based on the modifications you can make in your diet and your lifestyle, how much you are willing to put in, and then slowly changing towards that. So that's what we believe in. We don't believe in one particular diet. We believe in making improvement in your lifestyle and in your diet that you feel comfortable, that reduce your risks of diabetes, heart disease, and all kind of illnesses that we're going to talk about.
Well, I just want to share with our viewers a personal story. Uh, Gosh, this was before the pandemic. It might have been 4 years ago. I did a 90-day challenge to stop drinking wine for 90 days. Okay. And I kept a journal and I wrote down my feelings and all of that just so I would monitor it. Okay. The good news is I succeeded. The good news is I was able to stay off wine for 90 days. The bad news is this: I didn't lose 1 ounce of weight. And I'll share with you why I think that is. When I went back to my journals, in fact, I read them last night. One of my journal entries said, well, every time I eat chips and cheese and crackers, I crave wine. I'm still craving wine. Every time I eat chips, bottom line is, I did not change what I was eating. I wasn't changing my lifestyle. The only thing I was taking out was one ingredient, one concept, wine.
Yeah.
Everything else stayed the same. I didn't exercise any more or any less. Everything just stayed status quo. So, in a way, it was good, but also in a way, it was very frustrating. So, I have also made some lifestyle changes this year, as I know you have too. But let's talk about, first and foremost, is what causes weight gain in midlife.
Yes, that's an excellent question. Many of the people that I worked with, they are midlife adults. There are many reasons for it, but let's start with what happens to your body as you age. As you've seen on my TED Talk, I gave a TED Talk about high performance aging, and I studied body and human behavior and everything. So what happens, like why those things happen to us? In this case, the question is that what causes the weight gain in the middle life? So there are multiple changes are happening in our bodies starting at age 30. So as we start at age 30, we started losing muscle mass, right? So people think that you lose muscles or you get older, senior, and weak when you're 60, 70. It's not the case. It actually starts at the age of 30.
Wow.
And yeah, so it's as early as age 30. And the muscle loss is actually for females is different than it is for males. So for females, for example, generally speaking, of course, they lose 2.5% muscle mass per decade. For men, this number doubles.
Wow.
Right. And then guess what the number is when you hit age 80? What's the percentage?
Oh, I would think you've lost it all.
I know some people, it looks that way, right?
Mhm.
So sad.
It is. Well, hey, even in people in midlife, it looks like some of us are headed for the wrong path.
Right. Well, we don't have to. So going back, so the muscle mass loss for the people over 80, again, these are general numbers, not exact same for everyone, but it's 40%. per decade. So why do we lose muscle? So that's what your body is generally doing, right? And then one of the things that I always coach our clients and our trainers, of course, is to, when you can do things to prevent it or delay it. It doesn't mean I'm 45, I'll be 45 next week. So but I have got more muscle than I had when I was younger, because I didn't know what I was doing that like I know now, right?
Mhm.
So in my case, I might be losing 2.5, but I'm actually not. So this is how I describe it. When you do proper diet, true lifestyle change, proper strengthening, flexibility, and all sort of exercises, the proper one that would save your joints and everything. Because let's be honest, we don't want to be like, we don't want to be doing exercise that potentially hurt us, and then it kind of ruins the quality of our lives at this age, right? When we're younger, we get injured, but we bounce back because you're younger, healthier. But after 40, 50, the recovery rates is so much longer. So we want to make sure that we do the safe exercises. So the way I explain is usually that our clients respond, well, I said, so when you come in here, you do the proper design exercise for you, you change your lifestyle, you're going 2 steps forward and 1 step back. 1 step back is the natural aging process, but you're
Mm.
still moving forward. Because if you did not do proper safe strength training and a proper nutritious diet, then this is 2.5% is you know. So that's you. So what we're doing is that we're going 2 steps forward, 1 step back because of the natural, but we're still moving forward with a healthy body.
Right, right. So then there's those cravings. Let's
Yes,
talk about those some people crave sweet, some people crave savory things. I'm a savory person.
I'm sweet person. Okay, so the cravings is it is a sign of a nutrition malfunction. So what happens to your body is that your body needs proper, there are macronutrients, right? So the carbohydrates, fats, and protein, right? So your body requires certain amount of it based on your expenditure, like how much you're burning, right?
Mhm.
So when you don't have those in that certain order, your body sends you signal. So think about it like let's say your stomach, right? So you're putting the chips inside, boop, 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 and your stomach goes like chips comes in, and then you feel full, but you feel good. You got your glass of wine, then the chips, your stomach is full, so it looks full, so it sends the signals, I'm full. But then later on, it starts processing those that food, and it's like, oh, all I'm getting is the unsaturated fat and carbohydrate and like some alcohol. I have to put extra work to my kidney to liver to process.
Mhm.
So it doesn't have the protein, it doesn't have the healthy fats and stuff. So it's like, okay, well, I need to eat more. It sends you more signal, and then in about an hour later, you're still hungry, you're not eating because you're not eating the right things.
And then at 10 o'clock at night, you go reach for a bowl of cereal, right?
Exactly. It's
Another
making
carbo.
a lot better than this than the chips. But yes, this is exactly what's happening. So, and this also happens, the cravings, that's what that part, but also feeling hungry too. The feeling hungry is different than cravings.
Mm.
So feeling hungry is usually what we see when people we start their program, and then after a while that you started, if you follow the proper diet, like the health lifestyle changes, nutrition, and in working out, your body will start creating those muscles, right? And when you create the muscles, what it does, it increase your metabolic rate.
Mhm.
When
Mm.
when excuse me, when your metabolic rate is up, that means that means you burn more. So I'm
Mm.
sitting here, right, and then another person is sitting there. I'm 145 pounds with like 65 pounds of muscle, right? Another person is sitting there, they've got like 40 pounds of muscle. So I am burning more than what they're burning, so that means I can eat more. In a good way.
Yes, I remember you telling me, once you said the more you work out, the hungrier you're going to feel because you're burning more
Yes.
energy.
Exactly, you're burning more energy. Exactly, because you're forming muscles, and then when you form muscle, you actually look smaller But like you, like I'm 145, and then people think that I'm a lot slimmer, but I'm not. So it's more dense, and it, not to mention protecting the bones and everything. But I want to go back to the what causes a midlife question. We cover about the muscles, but why the muscles are important? Because just like we talked about right now, is that when you have got more muscle, your metabolism is faster. When it's faster, then you burn more, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the other part is what causes the weight gain in midlife is part of is our hormones, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, so it's very important. So let me tell you something. My mom came from, I'm from Turkey. So
Mm-hmm.
my mom and dad came, and then this was about like 10 years ago, and Lincoln was training them, just like training any clients, and we put
And
them on.
Lincoln, by the way, is your husband.
Lincoln is my husband, the love of my life. I adore him. I admire him. I look up to him so much. He is our founder. He is my teacher, and he's the former world champion and 3 times national champion. He's an extremely accomplished and super super humble person. So yes, thank you.
Yes.
So my mom came, and then she was, obviously they live with us for a couple months, and she would not lose the weight, and she was eating, and we were even just telling my mom, I was like, Mom, are you eating, like, do you have like secret stash under your bed? He goes like,
Uh-huh.
I promise I don't. So then my Lincoln suggested that she goes to the doctor and check her hormones, and there you go. So she had hormone problems, that she could not shed it, even though she did the right diet, right exercises, everything right, right? So the hormones play a big role in our weight, also in our moods and mental health as well. So as we age, our estrogen levels decrease.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And our testosterone level decrease. I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about a normal person. So obviously, if you do things to preventative, it you won't affect as much, right? Because working out increase your testosterone levels, right? So it helps
Mm-hmm.
balance, but the right type of workout. So decreasing estrogen levels, it decreases estrogen levels, and then it causes the obesity, and then the progesterone, and then all of them causes imbalances, and it usually happens in here in the stomach area. So once we have got these settled down, your hormones balanced. And I also want to mention about the thyroid. Like in my case, for example, I didn't have any thyroid issues until like a couple years ago. It was found out that I was having a thyroid issues. I could never understand. I'm working out, I'm eating well, but then I've got this puffiness. So that was it. So it's important to get your hormones checked, your thyroids, your estrogens, progesterone, and testosterone balance, so it supports your healthy living, and it all works together.
I must admit, I also have a sluggish thyroid, and I just
Mhm.
found that out this year,
Yeah.
about 3 months ago. And I had no idea that hormones played such a huge part um, in our weight
Yes.
management program.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you're exactly right.
Yes.
I and as a result of educating myself, I also joined Wallace Fitness.
Yay. Thank
So
you for trusting us.
you're welcome. Well, thank you for having such great trainers to train
Oh
people like
yeah,
me.
my
Let's
trainers
talk
are the
about
best.
let's
Yeah.
talk about foods now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the good foods. Now, I'll give you an example. Someone asked me not too long ago, I was eating an avocado, and I love avocados for breakfast. I might even have an egg, just a scrambled egg and a half of an avocado with some apple cider vinegar on it.
Mhm.
And the person said, well, aren't avocados like fattening? And I said, well, yeah, but it's a good fat. So, okay, that's enough about avocados. But will you just address the good foods that we should be incorporating in our diet? And of course, we have a lot of people who are vegan and vegetarian. And we know there are different types of viewers
Yes.
here.
Yes. So there's a lot of people are doing a lot of different diets. from just like say vegan to even the pescatarian. So they eat this, but they only eat fish, but they don't eat this. So I'm familiar with all of them. So my view is that is the number one thing for it applies across all the diets. It doesn't matter you're vegetarian, pescatarian, vegan, all of those, keto, whatever it is. Try to go for the real food. Okay, so don't have apple chips. Have real apple. I mean, I don't understand apple chips. Like, oh, it's apple and a whole bunch of other stuff in there. It's not even have the same fiber, the freshness and the minerals and the vitamins in it. It won't even fill you up the same way it fills you up. And then potato chips, on the other hand, potato got a bad reputation because of the chips. Potato is actually very nutritious vegetable, but because of we eat them in a chips form, so it of course it has a bad reputation. So the best foods that we want to focus on, especially in our midlife, are the ones that rich in high oxidants and also has got good brain power foods like the walnuts, almonds, and stuff, those nuts, right? And then the antioxidant foods like the blueberries, raspberries, dark leafy greens like the kale, the spinach. One suggestion for you, because Lincoln loves avocados and he has it with every morning with his breakfast and with his meal. So he's doing, and this is actually a recipe from my ketogenic diet meal plan. So just have some spinach and then just like pan fry just a little bit olive oil beside your eggs. I think you would like that too. So it's a good antioxidant in there too. So the fats, for example, go for olive oil. And for the salads, I say this one to everyone. I don't use salad dressings. I make my own dressing. And I don't do any fancy things. If I do have time, I do it. But most of the time, it's like extra virgin olive oil and a lemon juice. That's it. And I put some chia seeds on it, black seeds on it, and like some sumac is more Turkish thing. But it's like you just put it, and then you can put some walnuts, whatever, like make a salad. But I don't use those Caesar dressing, or there was one that I did not know. What was it? Thousand Island or something. It's just like it. You don't need that. That's just tasty real food. So that would be my thing. And then like have a balanced diet. Like eat fish one day if you have a regular diet, and then maybe chicken the other day. The next day just have vegetables, some chickpeas maybe, because protein is not just only in the meat. Even the broccoli has some protein in it. Mushrooms have got amino acids. So we want to have a balanced diet to support us in a cellular level.
Yes, absolutely. And it's hard when well, I'll give you another example. My mother was a hairdresser for 50 years, and I think most of her life she lived on little cheese crackers and soda. And when you are on your feet like that all day and you've got customers with you all day long, it's very hard to break away and sit down and have a meal. And I know there are a lot of people in that same boat.
Yes.
So what advice would you give to those people who are really, really busy, and maybe people who are driving all day and they can't just pull over and eat a salad? I guess they could, but it's a little challenging.
This is a very, very common issue. We coach a lot of doctors, nurses, and people like your mom on their feet. There is always a way. Okay, so one of the things I would say, just then prepare little shakes. Okay, so just have it like even in a little. I'm looking at it as if it's here. so even that does, like, even you don't even have to either get the prepared shakes for like $3 or something, have a little cooler in that, or if you're at work, that put it in there, put your name, this is Jacqueline's, don't touch it. So put it there. But if you're in the car and stuff, so you can always put it in there. One of the other things that you can carry, just a little pouch of, those little snack bags. Snack bag. So you can put some almonds in there, and then put some maybe 10 raisins, 10 almonds, right? Here we go. And then maybe 2 figs, 5 walnuts in there. You can just wipe your hands and eat it. You can have a wrap done inside the turkey, or like I'm just talking right now, not a specific diet. So but I do have solutions for each specific diet. Okay.
Sure.
Right. So the main thing is that before you leave home or something, so you get a strong start, and then make sure you eat every 3 to 4 hours so that you don't crave, and then your body will start eating the muscles that you try to build so much. So the preparing it ahead of time will always help. It could be you can boil like 5 eggs tonight, and then tomorrow put two of them in one bag, two of them in one bag, one is in another bag, those little bags, and put it in your cooler. It's there. So if it's egg is not the case, then have a like yogurt with a little bit of granola on top of it. So these are all available, but most people don't know about the preparation.
Yes, I call it the 5 Ps: prior, planning, prevents, poor performance.
Ah, look at that. That is very cool. Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing all these great tips with everybody. And um, full disclosure, I have done extremely well on my new weight management plan. And I've not really been on a diet as per se, but I've cut out a few things like a lot of the starches, and I've been eating more protein. And of course, the big key is exercise.
Yes.
That is huge, huge, huge. And I've been boosting that thanks to your trainers. And you have Wallace Fitness has a fitness challenge coming up. So I really want our viewers to hear all about that.
Oh, absolutely. That is actually, it is my birthday present to me in January. That's why we're doing January. It's not like people want to lose in January. It's just like I love seeing people getting healthy and better. So we have been doing this for years, but for the last 5 years, we opened up to public. And the companies. So companies hired Wallace Fitness to take care of their employees so they can participate for free. So the challenge is it's going to be an 8-week challenge, and it starts in January 17. But we're going to start doing the body composition analysis as well. But if you're joining online, you don't have to do it. It is fine. So we will be giving you training programs based on your level, and then we'll be giving you some nutrition tips, some foods choices for breakfast, lunch, snack, just like what you're asking me. So we're going to give a good list of those. And then we are going to do like live classes on Tuesdays, which you and Dan enjoyed so much. I remember last time. Yeah, and then we are going to do weekly challenges with prizes, and
Wow.
and then the most important is this year we are incorporating more of it is the mental health. So as you know, I believe in everything working together. Just
Mhm.
fitness, doing exercise is not enough. Just dieting is not enough. Just like doing meditation is not enough. So we need to work all those elements and all those tools together to improve your health. So that's what we will be focusing on the challenge. It's going to be so much fun. So it
And this
always is.
challenge is 8 weeks in length. And from what I remember from last year, we met every Tuesday night around 6 p.m. for a half
Yes,
hour.
it's going to be
And
the
people
same.
from all over the US can tune in via Zoom and train with you and one of your trainers
Yes,
and learn how to exercise properly in the comfort of their own home. And so
yes.
that's that starts January 17th.
Yes, and the sign up is on. And in addition to that, you will have in we are going to send you a link, and then you will have lots of access to those videos that I'll be showing you how to do things correctly so you can do it safely, because we intend to overdo things. So, especially if super ambitious. So, we wanted to protect you from yourself and provide you the expert guidance.
So, for anyone who has any questions or is interested in signing up for the Wallace Fitness Health Challenge, should go to wallacefitness.com and just they can look it up on their phone. They can give you a call, and you all can enroll them. So,
Yes, absolutely. We're always happy to help. And thank you so much for having me, Jacqueline.
oh, Sine, it's been great. It's been so much fun I love all your tips. Every time I talk to you, I learn something
Awesome.
new. And as I was telling our viewers before you came on, my theme this year is living an elegant life. And one of the ways in which we live an elegant life is taking care of ourselves.
Yes.
And because if we are sick or we're unable to work, of course, we can't take care of our families, and we can't take care of those we love. So I appreciate you and all the work that you're doing and the education that you're giving to other people, because you're doing lots of good in this world as well.
Thank you. It makes me very, very happy. Thank you so much.
So,
And thank you for all you watching as well. I hope you do something and have a better health next year. This year.
this year, we're going to do it this year.
Yes.
Thanks, Sine. Thank you very much. See you.